Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships. And today is a bit of destroyer fun. And for this first replay, we are in the Tier 5 Japanese Minekaze, the most beloved Japanese destroyer, even more so than the Tier 10 Shimakaze. I'm kidding. I haven't tried the Shimakaze. We'll see how that goes eventually whenever I get up to her. But the Minekaze is a fun little destroyer. On our team, we are playing on Big Race. On our team, we have a Bogue, 2 New Yorks, a Wyoming, Konigsberg, 2 Furutakas, a Kirov, a Tinru, and a Novik, Failed Division, and 2 Minekaze. On the enemy team, there is a Zuhol, New York, Wyoming, Omaha, 2 Konigsberg, a Furutaka, Kirov, Nicholas, 2 Minekaze, and an Isokaze. So this is going to be very interesting to say the very least. I'm more concerned about that Nicholas than anything else. But right now we have a Kirov within our range. And I would love to take him out if we can. Now the Kirov is the Tier 5 Soviet cruiser, which is... It's interesting to say the very least. I fired my torps, hoping he'd run right into him. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. So, for a little bit, we're seeing that Minekaze coming up, and this poor guy, I feel so bad for him. You'll see what happens. So, I'm trying to get out of detection as quick as I can, because the Minekaze does his best work when he's not being seen. And, unfortunately for us, we get a small hit from that Konigsberg. But it didn't take sufficient amount of damage, and now we're trying our luck against that Minekaze. And any people that are trying the Japanese line, don't forget your guns. Your guns can do a good job, just like that. We get a detonation on him, get first blood, and devastating strike. So with that in mind, I'm gonna use my smoke generator to help my allies. Not for me, but for helping to protect my allies as best I can, because that smoke generator is going to prevent anyone from seeing our allies when they're firing. But since I'm out in front, our allies can definitely see all the enemies. So tried my torpedoes off at the Kirov, but he's moving away. They're never going to reach him. So instead, I'm going to try my luck with going after battleships. The slow turning battleships. Poor guys, I feel bad for them. Now, here's one thing that's kinda is bugging me. I've noticed after update 5.6, your ship will turn to miss islands. No matter if you're in the zoom mode, in the monocular mode, or if you're just driving. Because if you saw right there, I almost hit that island because my ship started to turn away and didn't want it to turn, so I was counterbalancing it. I mean, it's kind of nice that they've added that to where it kind of helps you prevent running into an island, but also takes away from the fun and the very high annoyance of it. So, ranting besides, we have our sights on that New York. He's only about 6.5 kilometers out. I led him just a little bit ahead of the torpedo line because I'm expecting him to be altering course and speeding up. So let's see how these torpedoes do. I think they're gonna hit. Just maybe. Let's see how many torpedoes we get. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dead. He didn't die directly from my torpedoes, but he did die from the flooding, and he was so low on health that he had no time to react, so killed him instantly. Now my next target is this Wyoming. He's 5 kilometers away, and just coming around this island. Do you think we're gonna get him? Maybe. Just maybe. Now the Wyoming is the Tier 4 US battleship. Very slow ship, which is very usual for the US line. Unfortunately, he is going to be not receiving all my torpedoes. Get 1, 2, 3 torpedo hits, and took out at least 2/3 of his health. So, with him still moving along, he knows that I'm here. He's still continuing in a straight journey. Now, I did slow up because I want to get off another volley of torpedoes to finish him once and for all. And I'm just waiting for that indicator to get around that island so I can fire my torpedoes. And we just might be able to take him out. See how these torpedoes go. I think he might just die to our torpedoes. Just maybe. And all we needed was 1. So we did take out the Wyoming, but he also took out a friendly cruiser. But at the exact same time, the enemy destroyers, the Isakaze and the 2 Minekaze, went after our carrier. And actually, no, it's not the Minekaze. It's the Nicholas Minekaze and Isakaze. Are all up at the northwest hand side of the map. Try and go after our carrier. And they succeeded, unfortunately for us. Which allows the enemy carrier to rule the skies without any concern about being combated against. So right now I'm asking our team whether or not I should just cap, or should I go after the carrier and take him out as well. Well, we do see some torpedo planes coming back in after dropping off their torpedoes against our friendly battleship, which is the Wyoming. And we are spotted, of course. So that made up my mind right then and there that I should just follow these guys in and take out the Zuho. And we do know that he's about at H10. At the very least, there he is, I-10. And he's a good 8 kilometers out, which means my torpedoes wouldn't be able to reach him, but my guns will. So I do bring them to bear. And I'm just waiting for the opportune time, which is right then and there. And here comes some dive bombers. Of course. So best of defense against dive bombers is moving erratically. And fortunately for us, all those bombs just missed us. And we get high caliber for our hard efforts. Now the Zuho, I think, is actually a very quick little carrier.
Engine boost deactivated.
And he should be able to get away. He should be motoring. Really should. Now I did pop my spoke, and I'm firing my torpedoes. And this is kind of a mistake, because those torpedoes are going to be spotted by the incoming torpedo planes that the carrier is firing off. And it actually, I just now saw that the carrier's engine is actually damaged. I don't think I damaged it, so that's why he's not moving. And the carrier decides to drop his torpedoes, but way too far away that I could easily just outpace him without any major concern. And it looks like he has about 3 fires. I might be wrong, but he had a lot of fires on his flight deck. So my torpedoes are up, and I'm gonna release them again. Hopefully we can get damage on him. We'll see. And it looks like his engine is back up, and he is motoring away as quick as he can. Wonder if these torpedoes are gonna hit. Let's follow them in. And the dive bombers did actually hit us again. And it looks like we do get 2 torpedoes and killed the carrier. We took very, very minimal damage. So I'm very happy about this. This was actually a really good match with the Minekaze. Doesn't always happen that way. Most times you'll be up against destroyers that, like the American or the Soviet, where they can just outgun you, and they are a force to be reckoned with. So, I think with that in mind, I will see you guys at the end screen, show you what happened, and I'll be showing off the new end screen that World of Warship updated. So I will see you guys in just a second. So for our very hard efforts, we got 600,261 silver, 8,007 XP, and 401 free XP. We got First Blood, 2 devastating strikes, and high caliber. We got 22 hits with our main guns, 11 torpedo hits, 2 incapacitation, 4 kills, 2 fires, and 7 floods. Team score, we got number 1, of course. We got a base XP of 1,750. This is where World of Warships changed the new after screen event. They really broke everything down. They're showing off their main battery, high explosive, armor piercing, damages, what ships you damaged, and it will even show you what ships, friendly ships you damage, as well as showing your damage received by what and what modules. So you can always look at the modules and see, oh, my engine always gets knocked out. I probably should protect that more. So you can use that to basically guarantee that you can figure out what you need to upgrade. And the credits XP, we got, after all our money spent and modifiers, 587,939. Over 500,000 credits from that one game, which is superb. Now, I did have premium, but there was also the memorial event, which is happening today. I think it ends tomorrow, which is when this video will be going up. We got 8,007 XP. Very nice. Alright, I will see you guys in the next game. I will hope you enjoy it because it's a new ship. So, see you there. Hello everyone, this is Hakaym and welcome back to some more World of Warships, and this is the second part of the Destroyer Fun. And we are actually taking out the Tier 5 Soviet destroyer, the Gnevy. And on this map called Strait, we are up against, on our team, we have a Langley, Hosho, New York, Texas, 2 Wyoming, Furutaka, Karlsruhe, Svetlana, St. Louis, Minekaze, and us. On the enemy team, there's 2 Langleys, New York, 3 Wyomings, Konigsberg, Furutaka, Karlsruhe, St. Louis, Nicholas, and a Kamikaze R. And I really have to say, I'm starting to like the Soviet destroyer line. The Gnevy is kind of, it's hard to say if I really like this ship. Sorry, this Cluse. The ship is quite a bit different from the Istislav. The Istislav was fun. You had, I think, 5 guns, and the turrets turned fairly quick. The Gnevy's guns have a bit of an issue turning when and matching the angle your ships or your guns are pointing. So when your ship is turning, your guns will actually turn with the ship more than they can turn to face the enemy, if that makes any sense. I think I said that kind of oddly. So right now we are moving towards B because both of our destroyers spawned on the north hand side and B was closed, so I figured the other one could take A, but for some odd reason that destroyer is heading far east. So we immediately see a Furutaka. The detection range on the ship is about 7 kilometers. So I have a little bit of a distance before he can spot me. But my range on my torpedoes is abysmal 5 kilometers. So my hope is, once he gets within a kilometer, I can fire my torpedo spread, and he would be able to essentially just run right into it. And we'll see if that works out. So this is with the update 5.6, and because our CV decided to drop his torpedoes, he slowed up and all my torpedoes are going to miss, which is unfortunate. So the Furutaka got a additional hull upgrade after 5.6, which made it to where the turrets going from 5 down to 3 with 2 guns each in it. I believe I might be a little bit off, but right now we're just raining fire and hell on this Furutaka. And if you can notice that I'm going back and forth, I'm moving forward, moving backwards, because if you sit still, it's possible that they can figure out your location. So it's almost always a good idea to keep your ship rocking back and forth. And we did set a fire on that Furutaka. He probably does not have damage control. And notice I switched to AP because he was going to show me a broadside, and the Soviet guns are actually fairly decent, as you will see here in just a second when he shows me a nice broadside. Get my guns to bear and fire, and 2 citadels, which equals us our first kill of the game. Very nice. So I'm trying to get out of here because this Karlsruhe probably doesn't really like me taking out his friendly. So he does decide to start firing on my location. And it looks like that Furutaka dropped off his torpedoes. But the RNG for him was very poor, and it's going all spread out. So right now, our team's doing kind of bad. We are lost. We're starting to lose B, but this Karlsruhe should not survive very much longer. But we don't have A or C. And at here, I noticed that there's a Kamikaze R moving towards our battleships, and I don't really want to lose our battleship, so I'm going to turn over and start helping him as quick as I can. And our shots go all around him. And that poor Wyoming is gone. Poor guy. So the CV is trying to get him, trying to set up a torpedo run that would kind of block him in, but I don't think he did it right, because he's actually going to get away from these torpedoes. And I'm just going to continue lobbing my shells, hoping we can get a hit. Took a big hit from that friendly battleship, and just for some odd reason runs right into that torpedo, which kills him and saves that Wyoming from a torpedo-y death. So with that taken care of, I am free to head down to sea, and I do want to cap C because objectives are very important in World of Warships. It's not just about killing the enemy team. There is that. Killing enemy team is important, but acquiring the objectives is very important, because you can lose very quickly if you don't pay attention to the objectives. So right now, we are making our way as quick as we can. Now, I could open fire, because I am in range of this Wyoming, but if I do that, everyone is going to know where I am, including that carrier that we can see that the planes are returning to. And if you're ever a destroyer, watch where the planes are going, because the planes will tell you where this carrier is. Because most times in this low tier matches, carriers will just let the planes return to them automatically without changing the directions. And that's a good idea in low tier and high tier matches. If you're a good CV player, allow your planes to return to you from a different location. So if you do have a destroyer, which the CV, if he was paying attention, would have noticed that there was a Gnevy, or at least a destroyer, on the south side. So we're going to try to keep out of visual range as long as possible and cap C. Now, me capping C is going to alert the enemy team to my presence, and surely the carrier will know that I'm here, and I'm just about to be spotted. Yep, just spotted by that Wyoming. Since I was, might as well open fire and rain hellfire on him. Got a nice fire on his bow, which is really nice. Thought I tried my luck with the torpedoes. You never know. He might turn in and get within range. And oh, looky there. There is a little Langley, just 8 kilometers away. Now, the Langley, for everyone who does not know, is actually a converted Cleveland class cruiser designed to be the very first carrier of the United States Navy fleet. So he is not very difficult to actually get close and fire. I think the speed on the Langley is around 15 knots or so. And he is definitely trying to get me. He launches torpedoes, but so far away that was easy to dodge. And I do open up with my A defense. You might as well, you're detected, you're getting close, and he's definitely going to be going after you. So, if you can see that some of my shots actually tend to go through the superstructure and completely miss him. That's the one bad thing about the Langley, is that the shots can miss very easily because it just goes through that empty space between the top deck and the bottom. And now he's going to try his luck with his dive bombers. We'll see if he's fortunate. We get another fire on him. He's definitely getting low on health. Trying to dodge as best I can. And the aid fire is not, I mean, it's not the worst. At least I shot down one plane. But nah, it's not good enough for what I'm experiencing right now, because I do get a big hit from those dive bombers, but the Langley's about dead. He's just about, can we kill him? There we go. Very nice. And I don't know why I used my smoke generator there. Don't really know why. Thought I guess I'd try to hide, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, he's dead. Let's head back and try to help our team with this Wyoming. And this Wyoming, this poor guy, just took 2 torpedoes and he's very low. He is flooding, and I want to try to get a fire on him. If I can get a fire, I can do additional damage, makes him that much quicker to kill. And ooh, he's very low on health. Can we kind of steal the kill? Yes, we can. There we go. That is our second kill of the game. And our team is at least doing decent. We have additional 2 ships to their 1, while we have both of our carriers still going at it. But can you notice something that's missing? Where are the other carriers' planes? Kind of missing. I wonder what happened. So now we're moving towards B, because I do want to cap B, because if I don't, we're losing 2 points to their 1 cap. There are 2 caps to their 1 cap, and they're gaining 8 points per 6 seconds. I believe that's the last time I looked. So I really want to take back that cap so our team can definitely win. So trying my best to get in close, and would like to take on this Wyoming. Now, I did see that there was a Königsberg and the Minekaze. No, the Nicholas, sorry. The Nicholas was just north of that island. Now, more than likely, they were probably expecting me to actually head on the west side of this large island and come that way. So that's why they were heading up that way, because they expected me to go after their other carrier. But I'm glad I didn't. My main objective is to cap B, like a good little destroyer should. Destroyers are fantastic when trying to cap or gain their objective. That's kind of what one good role of the destroyer is. And also taking on low health targets like this battleship. Doing decent damage, about 1056 each time. It'd be nice to get a fire, because he probably just used damage control on that flooding that he experienced not too long ago. And that St. Louis is opening up. And he's getting low on health. Took another torpedo hit. He's only about 5,000, but he is healing as quick as he can. And there's that Nicholas coming down to try to help his ally. See if he's going to be successful. So B is capped, and the Königsberg is just now coming in range. And he is low health as well. And for some odd reason, the replay is jumpy a little bit. So I do slow down, take a breather, let him get in range. And I want to try to help our team as best we can, but I also want to give myself a place to exit, because I don't want to be in the open area against that Königsberg, because that Königsberg is a light cruiser and it has a fast reload time, and definitely don't want to feel the pain and the burn from him. But fortunately, it looks like he's ignoring me in face of that battleship. So let's try to cause some damage on him, but I don't think he's going to last very much longer. Just set a fire. Very nice. Can we get another fire? It looks like he's turning away as quick as he can. I think he's going to be almost out of our range here in a little bit. And it looks like he's just now paid attention. But fortunately, we're behind the island and we can't be shot at, but at the same time, we cannot shoot. So my objective changes to take on this Nicholas. And this Nicholas is going up against the St. Louis, which is kind of a bad idea, because the St. Louis has a crap ton of guns. And the Nicholas is a very, very vulnerable destroyer. Very, very vulnerable. But at least it does have torpedoes, which it definitely will be using, as you saw, against the St. Louis. And hopefully the captain can dodge those. I think he is going to take one. No, he does not. He actually avoided all those torpedoes. And now we're free to fire at will. Can we take him out? That would be super nice. And just missed, of course. And he dies to the friendly St. Louis, which is unfortunate. So, with that done, we just lost a battleship, did we? Yes, we did. Of course. So, excuse me, sorry. But at the same time, the Königsberg is now dead, which allows us to go for A, and the carrier on the enemy team is AFK. So, that's pretty much it for this game. My thoughts on the Gnevy: it's a fun destroyer. It really starts to give you the aspects of a Soviet destroyer line, what to expect. I'm just hoping the Ognevoy is a little bit better. Not a bad ship. I really do like the ship, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'll see you guys back at the port. We'll take a quick look at the Gnevy, and then we'll end this video. See you there. And coming back from that match, we did a really good job. Maybe not the most explosive match, but here's the Gnevy in all her glory. Let's quickly take a look at her stats. Survivability, we have 13,900, and she is fully upgraded except for the torpedoes, but I'll get to that in just a second as to why I did not upgrade those. Artillery, you have 4 main guns, 130 millimeters with a reload time of 5 seconds and a 24-second turn time on your guns, on your turrets. Max dispersion is 97 meters. High explosive damage is 1,600, and AP damage is 2,500. So fairly nice. Does quite a bit of damage, and that's why we took out that Furitaka so easily. Firing range is 11.9 kilometers. She has a decent range. Definitely very helpful. Torpedoes is abysmal, but they'll do damage. You have 2 torpedo tubes, 3 torpedoes each, with a reload time of 70 seconds, and a max damage is 14,400. But the range is 4 kilometers. Sorry, I was wrong. It's 4 kilometers, which is abysmal. It's terrible. A defense, it's decent. You have 2 12.7 DSK, 2 double 12.7 Colts, 3 37 millimeter 70K, and 2 76 millimeter 34K. So, not bad. Use it only if you're spotted and you need to try to shoot down torpedo planes or whatever. Max speed is 38 knots. Very quick. I believe it's a little bit quicker than the Minekaze. Let's quickly look over the Minekaze. No, the Minekaze is a little bit quicker. Okay, I'm sorry. 39 knots. Turning radius of 550. This has a turning circle radius of 610, so she is a little bit sluggish on the turning. Rudder shift time is 4.4. versus the Minekaze, which is a 2.1. Quite a bit different. Concealment, you have a 6.8 range on your detectability and 3.6 by air. Now, the modules, she is essentially fully upgraded. I didn't go for the torpedoes. The reason why I didn't go for the torpedoes and I didn't purchase it, I did research it, which was kind of stupid, honestly. All you get is a 1 increment of speed on your torpedoes, bringing them up to 65 from 64. Nothing else, no additional range, no additional damage or load time, just slightly faster torpedoes. So, not really worth it. But yeah, that's the Gnevy. I will probably continuing on the Russian destroyer line as I go. We'll see how it works out. So, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. You guys have a great day. Zaijian.